Hello everyone and welcome. Simon here from the Wales of Wall Street. Got a quick update on solve.care today. That is solve, S-O-L-V-E. If you're looking for it on the exchanges, we'll go on to that in a moment's time. First of all, please do subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. Share with your friends and family and project our awesome videos across the world. We want to build this community with you. We are nearly at 500. Thank you so much for your support on this. So let's go into this. Solve, I won't go into massive detail of what Solve is, but essentially it's an application healthcare service that can be accessed via apps or desktop, similar to the likes of like Babylon that you get with Bupa, as we've seen a digital transformation over the last year or so of people having healthcare via their smartphones wherever they are, very quick and easy appointments. But there's so much more that Solve do. Check out the video we've done previously. I will leave a link at the end on the end screens for you, no problem. So the last recent bit of news, sorry I didn't bring this to you a few days ago, we've been jam-packed with activity and reporting of various other crypto news at the same time. We will try and improve that as we go along. But the news recently is this awesome bit here. So Salute Blockchain has been appointed as the official distributor of GTHE in Latin America. So what does that mean? So basically the global telehealth exchange GTHE, which is basically developed by solve.care, is now expanding into the Latin American market. So this is absolutely fantastic. As I mentioned in the previous video, I wouldn't be surprised if solve.care and its blockchain elements do expand globally. I do generally believe that the way the healthcare system is moving away from, sort of public domain, not necessarily like a two-tier society kind of thing, but you are going to start seeing more privatization of this area in healthcare. And what that also means is when you're involved in the company that provides like health insurance, benefits and things like this, you are going to have pretty much more and more access to healthcare wherever you are, whenever you are. It's that whole kind of autonomous, carefree lifestyle of you. For example, you might be on a train. You go, oh, do you know what? I've had this headache for a few days or something. I'm gonna do a virtual call. Set your appointment. I was doing it with the Babylon app, for example, the other day. I had a doctor's appointment at 11:30 at night. Like that was my choice. I was like, I can't really bother. I'm too busy tomorrow. I'm going to call it now because it's 24/7 service. You get access to incredible doctors and whatnot across the world all the time. So, and even things like prescriptions, referrals, it's all on there. So this kind of application is absolutely fantastic. I've always been in that mentality in the sense that I do like to tend to go to shops or physically go places, but life is becoming more and more busy, and I think a lot more companies are going to adopt this kind of strategy, not just in healthcare but many other aspects as well. Look what we've done with like Just Eat, Uber, and all of these actions, like taking over the existing traditional infrastructure of how we've lived for various decades and the generations before us. It's time to change, and it's time to be more efficient, more sustainable. Think how much emission reduction there is, admin reduction in being able to utilize things like this. So there is no surprise to me that this will keep going. This for me, in my opinion, is not something to massively consider for this year's like trading or infrastructure. I'm hodling personally. I'm accumulating Solve. This is for something like maybe in 5-10 years time that I may look to cash out. Nothing is financial advice. Some of you out there might be happy to trade there, and no reason why not, of course. But what you will start to see is big adoption of this practice over the next few years, and what we're seeing here is the expansion of distribution of blockchain technology and the expansion of services. Some people were saying like it was a scam coin, it's not going to go anywhere. Just go and check their website out. The case studies are there. The researchers and the fantastic professors and scientists are getting involved with this. They're not going anywhere. If anything, they're going everywhere. And it's not just these guys. Like I said, there's loads of applications out there that do this now. Like I mentioned, I use Babylon personally through Bupa. There's loads of other ones, but the beauty of this one being with blockchain was all the great things that we spoke about in the previous video. So this is what makes it different to the existing system. So do check that video out so you get a much better lowdown. Like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail of that in this video. This is more of a quick update. And on that point, let's go into the price. So the last video I think I did on this was the 1st of August. So actually the price point back then was about 0.04, so around 4 to 5 cents. In that period of time, we've had actually quite a bit of growth here. Not still at the levels we had previously back in April, which were hitting the sort of 47, 50 cents mark. But we're going to start seeing, I think, a bit more improvement on this as the market trend is increasing collectively. But as awareness of this project and awareness of the news goes out more and more. The RSI here which is set currently for 14 days, which actually is quite good to look at considering I was talking about this project a few weeks back anyway. So for me, there's still movement to grow. We did have a good opportunity around the 12th to 14th of August if you were sort of buying in and selling in this period of time. Of course, I could have made trades and been successful with that probably. But like I said, I'm accumulating personally. None of this is financial advice. Do your own research and do your own decisions. But I do think there's room in the tank here still to move upwards. The volumes are looking relatively strong. What I like about this actually is if you look at sort of like the MACDs and the volumes and everything, there's kind of like a consistent buying method here, and not so much matching of selling. Certainly in the last couple of weeks was quite interesting. So we have obviously like the sell-off periods where perhaps people are taking profits from the last 2 weeks, but in general there seems to be a consensus of a buying mentality with this project right now. So I'm really intrigued to know if we can hold that support line of around the 10 cent mark, because at the moment we're just floating under. So we keep getting rejected at this level. So there might be an opportunity where it comes potentially down to that 7 cent mark again, or maybe a bit lower to test those regions. But I would like us to see a close on 10 cent or above, because then that means we can get some stability and move up next door to that sort of 15 cent mark. Well, I'll do an update perhaps in a week or two's time and keep an eye on some news as well. But it seems we're in a bullish buying momentum still of this project. So I will update you as we go along. On the week data, as you can see on the right hand side here, the performance is relatively good considering it is in negative for this week. But can you see this? The last month and the last 3 months have been fantastic. So I'm hoping that continues. Like I said, we haven't seen what we've seen since April. That's coming back hopefully as we progress in the market organically, and as I mentioned with the announcements of the project as well. So guys, that kind of wraps that up really. Like I said, I'm hoping we can sustain the 10 cent mark and close above that properly and obtain a push up to the next level of 14 to test that area again, which we have not done so since the 11th, with pretty much a rejection on its return back. So it's been a while. Let's see if we can do it. And like I said, I'll give you an update as soon as that happens or anything else comes about with this token and project beforehand. So I hope you found this informative. Please do like the video and share it with your friends, and leave a comment below as well if you're invested in Solve, or if you want any more information that wasn't in the first video or this one, or let us know how you feel about Solve and other projects similar in this category as well. In terms of where you can buy this one in particular, I'm looking from the Bittrex exchange here, so that is definitely one of them you can get it from. There are a couple of others, but I do recommend the Bittrex one over the others personally, just from personal use. But like I said, do your own research, see what you think is best for you. But Bittrex is a good, reliable exchange to get these tokens on there, and of course you can move them on to other wallets if needed. So that leaves that there, guys, and I hope to see you and Solve on the moon. See you in the next video. Take care.